I'm Srikumar Raghavan. I represent Rajagiri Media, which is an NGO based in Cochin, and we are working in the education sector. And I was closely listening to all the views that were expressed by the panelists. So what I felt is that when we are giving too much importance to assessments, again we are falling into the same rut where parents and also teachers are concerned about the grades and these marks that is being scored. So we all know the story of Kalam and many others. He has written about it, that he became interested in space technology thanks to his physics teacher who taught in his 5th standard. He took the teacher took the students out, and then they observed how the birds fly, how the aeroplane fly. He explained the flight of all those things. So that was the thing that nurtured that curiosity and the interest in to develop into a space scientist. So I think when we are discussing too much about these assessments and other things, we are again putting our children and also our parents into that very stressful environment, even teachers. So I think the focus on intrinsic motivation in the classroom, which is more about pedagogy, and I think that is something which is currently lacking, and that is my feeling, having discussed with a lot of academicians. So I think that is something which we need to focus.
So like we've been discussing, I think all the panelists here mentioned that there can be no transformation in assessments unless you look at the learning standards. And I believe that Dr. Robin Chetri gave us a very nice anecdote from the National Curriculum Framework, where he said that right from the curricular aims up to the learning outcomes, we need to see the transition of certain abstract ideas into specific pedagogical practices in the classroom. So, in my view, there is no disconnect between pedagogy and assessment. And like I was mentioning, that if we look at assessment reforms only as board examination reforms, we run the risk of diluting it. But if we look at assessment reforms as reforms that transform classroom pedagogy, as reform that makes teachers reflect on their practice and make children learn better, then we have truly achieved assessment reform. So I think as stakeholders, we need to really reflect on the value of assessments, not just for evaluating or grading or marking the child, but also for helping you know something about the child that you did not already know. So we concur this view that pedagogy and assessment needs to go hand in hand for bringing about any true reforms in assessments in the country.